Madhuri Saki Sameda Premika Varada Thakurji. By the grace of Punna Guruvayurappan, it's a great bhagyam to study Bhagavatam Shloka by Shloka, Paramakripa of Gurunada, and bowing down to the lotus feet of Sadgurunada. It's a beautiful Sunday morning in Atlanta, very beautiful weather. The flowers are blooming, the sun is shining, and a very clean air also. My husband has gone for a long walk by the river, and I have a quiet house, and I started my dal in the cooker, and then I just had little bread and chai, and now I am ready for class. My pranams to all of you, thank you. And we are going to continue today Bhagavatam 4th Skandam, and last week we saw Prithu Avatara in the 15th chapter. So today we are going to 16th chapter, when the body of Vena was churned and all the sins were removed. This is all possible by mantra shakti, by mantra balam. And so all the sins came out, and after that, when the arms were churned, a beautiful being emerged, and along with his eternal consort Yoga Maya. And so that is a partial avatara of Bhagavan called Prithu Avatara, and his consort Lakshmi Devi has come as Archi. So we saw the beautiful shloka, tad-drishṭvā mitunam jātam rishayō brahmavādinaha uchuhu paramasandhushta iditva bhagavat kalam. It's a kala, partial avatara. So the Kesha Vishnur Bhagavanah Kala Bhuvana Palini Iyam Cha Lakshmiya Sambhuti Purushasya Napayini Ayam Tu Prathamo Rajñam Puman Prathayitayashaha Prithurnama Maharajo Bhavishyadi Prithushravāha Pṛthu Pere. And then Iyam Cha Sudati Devi Guna Bhushana Bhushana Archidnama Vararoha. Archi Devi is the wife of Pṛthu Maharaj, and so they incarnated. All the rishis were so delighted. The whole world is delighted as the wicked oppressive rule of Vena has come to an end, and now beautiful auspicious times are ahead. And so all are celebrating. It's a matter of celebration, not just for that one family of Anga Maharaja. It's the whole earth is celebrating. And so all the people bring very, very beautiful gifts, and Pṛthu is coronated as the king. And Pṛthu is coronated, and Mata Archi Devi is the queen, and all the people assemble, gods and rishis and singers, apsaras, dancers like Gandharvas, all the celestials, all of them assemble, and then they celebrate the coronation, and then the singers and the panegyrists, they start singing the glories of Pṛthu Maharaj. In India, in the royalty, there is a tradition that every morning to wake up the Raja, all the singers will come and sing his glories. The Sharata Maharaja, to wake him up, all the great musicians will come and sing beautiful glories of his, and slowly to wake him up. Like that, as in Kerala also, many Rajas were there before, and in Narayanitala, Bhattadri makes a reference to it in the 99th Canto. He Stodara Kavindra Tamiha Kaluyada Chetayadve Tadaiva Yaktam Hedasya Saram Pranuvata Janano Patha Leela Kathavihi. Oh, great singers and poets, use your talent to sing the glories of Narayana, who is eternal. That one who is pure auspiciousness. That one who is always showering his glances of mercy on us. Sing your glories about him. Do not waste your talent on the glories of kings in the Sloka 99th Canto. But here, God himself has come as king. And so, in the next chapter, it is all about the panegyric, the singing of his glories. Prithu Maharaja. In the last sloka of 15th chapter, we saw Prithu Maharaja says, "Are, why are you praising me? I'm not even done anything yet. Tasmat paroksham asmat upashruta-nālaṁ karishyada stotram apichya vācana satyuttama-shloka-gunānuvāde jugupsitam na stavayanti sabhya mahadgunānātmani kattumīṣah kastavakai stavayati asatopi tesya bhavishyanniti vipralabdho janavahasam kumatirna veda." Prithu Maharaja is so humble and modest and says, "I don't deserve any praise, I have not even done anything." And when they said when Raja said like this, the people are even more attracted by his divine qualities. And so they again describe his qualities and what all he is going to do. The rishis are able to, like how the astrologers will make the horoscope of the person when he is born. The astrologers are able to see what all this person is going to achieve, and so the rishis are revealing the greatness of this Maharaja ahead of time. And so, learning that from the rishis, the singers and musicians are singing the glories of Maharaj Prithu. So that is this chapter. How should a king be? And Prithu Maharaja is the first king in this Manvantara. This particular time has come, and so now it is, even though Dhruva was king, that might have been another time, right? So for this time it is Prithu is said as the first king who is going to establish the proper ethics and rules of conduct for the king and all the niti, Rajaniti. He is going to establish and live by it. So that is why Prithu Maharaja is famously called as the Prathamo Raja, in that Shloka we studied. So, Idi bruvāṇaṁ nṛpatiṁ gāyakā muni-coditāḥ tuṣṭuvus tuṣṭa-manasas tad-vāg-amṛta-sevayā nālaṁ vayam te mahimānuvarnane yo deva-varyo avatatāra-māyayā venāṅga-jātasya ca pauruṣāni te vācas-patīnām api babhramurtyah nṛpatiṁ gāyakā muni-coditāḥ tuṣṭuvus tuṣṭa-manasas tad-vāg-amṛta-sevayā nālaṁ vayam te mahimānuvarnane yo deva-varyo avatatāra-māyayā venāṅga-jātasya ca pauruṣāni te vācas-patīnām api babhramurtyah. Gāyakas, the singers, hearing from the rishis, tuṣṭuvus tuṣṭa-manasas, started praising with a delightful heart, truly feeling the delight, and so tad-vāg-amṛta-sevayā, they began to sing the beautiful Stuti. nālaṁ vayam te mahimānuvarnane yo deva-varyo avatatāra-māyayā. Who can describe your endless glories, O Maharaja? You have incarnated by your own power as the Raja, and along with your Maya, Yoga Maya, and then you came from the limbs of venāṅga-jātasya ca pauruṣāni te vācas-patīnām api babhramurtyah. Even Brihaspati is not able to describe your greatness in. As we always say, Bhagavan's glories are endless, Even the same speaker, if you tell to speak about one, maybe Pṛthu Avatara, and he speaks today, it will be some beautiful. And then tomorrow, if you ask the same speaker to speak again, it will be different. Again, it will be beautiful. Like that. It's the same story and the same speaker and same Bhagavan, but Bhagavan, there is a novelty, a newness every time. And so, subject may be same, but since it is Bhagavan who is Ananta, infinite, his gunas are Ananta. And so, and another way the speaker may speak the same topic, but it will be very again inspiring, again more delightful to hear. That is Bhagavatam. So one speaker cannot finish narrating the glories. Hundreds of speakers or thousands of speakers take Prithu Avatara, they cannot finish narrating properly because there is new. There is new every day. Our Radhe and Krishna Rupa, they are new every day. I'm thinking, I have many saris in the closet, then why do I buy new? Everybody likes to, get something new. They may have plenty, but that new thing, like it's like a good feeling that I want to buy something new. Always. So we are always chasing the newness in this world where it is cannot be really new because the world is only going the opposite way. The house we buy now, before we say 5 years later I want to buy better house. Now this house is better than new houses that come now. The new houses that come now, they cut off all the trees and they are all in bare land, houses with no sidewalk at all, and they are all cramped up together. So new in the world does not really give the same pleasure, even though we are chasing for it. But where is the newness? It is in Bhagavatam. It is in Radha and Krishna. Our Krishna every day looks at Radha. Every moment there is newness in her. இப்போதானே பார்த்தேன், இப்போ இன்னும் வேறு மாதிரி இருக்காளே, இன்னும் அழகா இருக்காளே, இப்போதானே அது நெக்ஸ்ட் மினிட் இன்னும் அழகு. அந்த இன்க்ரீசிங் something always increases, that is only premai. pratikshanam vardhamaanam, அந்த பிரேமை, அந்த அழகு, அதெல்லாம் பகவானோடு it keeps increasing, not in the worldly thing. So we are chasing that. That is our inherent nature, to get new. I'll go to Amazon and click something, another one like that. Why am I doing? I want something new, but the new is really in Bhagavatam, in Radhe Krishna. So Krishna is also always chasing after Mother Radha. Beautiful, every minute new beauty, and Radha is same way. Every minute this Krishna is beautiful. In Narayaniam we are coming to Krishna Avatara in about few weeks, and so I'm already like, wow, Krishna Avatara is coming, right? Like that. So the newness, the novelty is in that Bhagavan. Same thing Prahlada will tell us, Jnanis will say Atma. Atma is always new, even though it is eternal and always existing, but there is a newness to it. அப்ப ஞானிஸ் தான் ஆத்மான்னு சொல்லுவா. Bhakta will say Radhe Krishna or the form, right? So that is why this katha, people like us will say katha is new. Every day katha, new katha. So like that, who can finish narrating the glories of Bhagavan? Even Brihaspati, who is most intelligent, and that Brihaspati Rishi is the guru of the devas, and Uddhava Swami learned from him, Uddhava, that Brihaspati cannot finish narrating your glories, Guru Ayyappa. So how can we tell your glories? And yet we keep doing it. It gives that rest for the speaker, and it gives rest for the listener. So we again and again do it, knowing that we cannot cover it, knowing that we cannot finish, but we still do it. How Baba Maharaj from Barsana, I told you, katha day and night, morning katha, evening katha, not one day a week, every day, 7 days a week, every day new instrument and learning new things and new songs, like that. People are there now. That you can see in Vrindavan, and you see how many Saptaha Guru Maharaj conducts everywhere. Shishyas go and do. Now there is Haridwar Saptaha by Ramanujamji, right? So Bhagavatam is always new. No matter how much you read, it's still new. So the singers are saying, nālaṁ vayam te mahimānu varnane yo deva-varyo avatatara māyaya venāṅga-jātasya ca pauruṣāni te vācas-patīnām api babramurdhiyah atāpyudāra-śravasaḥ Pṛthor-harehi atāpyudāra-śravasaḥ Pṛthor-harehi kalavatārasya katāmṛta-dhṛtāः yathopadesham munibhih prachoditaः ślāgyāni karmāni vayam vitanmahi atāpyudāra-śravasaḥ Pṛthor-harehi kalavatārasya katāmṛta-dhṛtāः yathopadesham munibhih prachoditaः ślāgyāni karmāni vayam vitanmahi. Still, do it because why do we do it? Because we get ras. The speaker gets smarana and the listener also gets smarana of Bhagavan, who is infinite. For this moment, we are in that mode of that infinite place. So, we are in this moment, we are with Bhagavan. So that is why it is so amazing, and the mind is engaged in Bhagavad Gunam. So other things, they are temporarily put away and they don't bother us. This moment. Yesterday we had a mass prayer in Namadwar, and some people were sharing their Nama Anubhava. How does Nama help me? People will say, how. So like that, the Kishorji was telling, the other day he had a terrible headache. Usually that back of the head, when he gets that severe headache, you have to take pop 2 pills and then you have to rest and then it will go. But that day, the headache is severe, but then there is a Nama Bhiksha in somebody's house and he has to rush. So he has to go to the Nama. He didn't have time to take pills. So he went to the Nama Bhiksha in somebody's house. And the children, they play mridanga, they get very excited. And so the Nama will be going full swing. And when you just put your mind to the words and also to the jalra and the mridanga, just let your mind only hear the Nama. As you're saying it, you hear it. Like that, if you keep doing, the mind is focused on the hearing the Nama. And the lips are saying, the mind is hearing, the ears are hearing. And the mind is in that state. The headache is not felt. The severe headache, Kishorji says, I didn't feel the headache. The moment the Nama is over, again headache comes back. Headache was there only, but when the mind is put to the Nama, at that time, headache is not felt. So for us, so this moment, it's like that. And then we go back again. So for people like the Jnanis, they are always in that state. So they do not feel in the world as we see it. Because they don't see anything wrong in it. We only feel things wrong. When the person is filled with love, they don't feel anything wrong outside at all. So that's why the mind, for the speaker and for the hearer, at this particular time, we are with Bhagavan. So we feel that ras, we feel that ananda. So even though we cannot finish narrating your glories, O Pṛthu Maharaja, based on whatever rishis have told us, we are still going to sing your Stuti. Atāpyudāra-śravasaḥ Pṛthor-harehi alavatārasya katāmṛta-dhṛtāः yathopadesham munibhih prachoditaः ślāgyāni karmāni vayam vitanmahi eṣa dharma-bhṛtāṁ śreshto lokam dharmeno vartayan uvāca dharma-setūnāṁ shāstā tad-paripanthinām eṣa dharma-bhṛtāṁ śreshto lokam dharmeno vartayan uvāca dharma-setūnāṁ shāstā tad-paripanthinām eṣa vai loka-pālānāṁ vibharte kastanau tanuhu kāle kāle yathā-bhāgaṁ lokayoruvayorhitam. Live by the codes of dharma and he will preserve the codes of dharma and he will live by it. First thing for the Raja, see what does it say? First thing, dharmic. Lokam dharmeno vartayan uvāca dharma-setūnāṁ shāstā tad-paripanthinām. And also whoever is going against it, he will punish them. the Bhagavan has both. There is anugraha and nigraha. Where there is reward, where there is people are doing good, Bhagavan will reward. When there is papam, Bhagavan will punish. Both exist in Bhagavan, and that is the system Bhagavan has created. So Shasta tad-paripanthinām esha vai loka-pālānāṁ vibhatye kastanau tanuhu. Bhagavan has himself appointed the guardian deities. He has many people working at different levels. Bhagavan has established like that. So he has the Indra for the heavens, he has Mahabali for the nether worlds, he has all the guardian deities, for all the direction. In all the direction, people are placed to protect the world. Bhagavan has all the powers within himself to do it single-handedly, but he also appoints people in different places. Gopta-cha dharma kale kale yathā-bhāgaṁ loka-yoru-bayor-hitam. And so depending on the what time, what has to be done, Bhagavan will take care and make sure everybody is doing their task correctly. So, esha vai loka-pālānāṁ vibhatye kastanau tanuhu kale kale yathā-bhāgaṁ loka-yoru-bayor-hitam vasukala upadatte kale chayam vimunchati samas-sarveshu bhūteshu pratapan suryavat vibhuhu. Vasukala upadatte kale chayam vimunchati samas-sarveshu bhūteshu pratapan suryavat vibhuhu. Titikshatyakramam vainya uparyakramatāmapi bhūtānām karunaśyashvat ārtānām kṣiti-vrittimān. Titikshatyakramam vainya uparyakramatāmapi karunaśyashvat ārtānām kṣiti-vrittimān. Bhūteshu pratapan suryavat vibhuhu. Like the Surya Bhagavan is shining everywhere, he is impartial. Like that, Bhagavan will be impartial, and he will take wealth, he will collect taxes from people, and then again when the time comes, he will bring back the money to help the people. He will spend the money for the sake of the people. Just like the sun will take the water and release it as rain. Like that, our Bhagavan is impartial. Vasukala upadatte kale chayam vimunchati samas-sarveshu bhūteshu pratapan suryavat vibhuhu titikshatyakramam vainya. He is always having so much porumai, titiksha, forbearance, and he is always compassionate like the Bhumi Devi. Uparyakramatāmapi bhūtānām karunaśyashvat. So Bhagavan has also Karuna aspect. Everything of Bhagavan is called Karuna Samudram. He is the ocean of mercy. Even though he has to punish the wicked, even many occasions he blesses the wicked, like Putana who comes to kill, Bhagavan blesses with Sadgati. Yes, Bhagavan's system is like that. It has a reward and punishment. That is in the system of Prakriti, in the Maya world. But if you say truly, I'm really, really sorry, please forgive me, Guru Ayappan will not mind your sins. He will forgive you. But you have to have that, how Dundukari is telling, please, Bhrata, save me. I destroyed by my own karma, I destroyed my Brahmatvam. Please save me. When he did that total surrender, then Bhagavan did not care about his sins, right? So in this world, there is reward, punishment. Yes, there is pavam, papam and punyam in this world. But when you take total surrender to Gurunada, then they don't care about your sins. It is the kalpaka vriksha. Whoever comes under the vriksha, the tree is going to bless. But you have to go under the tree. See that? The kalpaka vriksha is the wish-yielding tree. It will grant all our wishes. But if you say, my paham is too much, I cannot go there, then you are depriving yourself. It is there. So that is Bhagavan. He has so much compassion, he is ready to forgive everything. Our Radha is that queen of compassion. So when Krishna Avatara comes, we can see the Karuna of Radha Devi. So the Bhagavan has that aspect. Now we have to believe in that aspect more and more and more instead of punishing ourselves. It's important for us to forgive ourselves first, right? First, I have to forgive myself and then say, why am I afraid? It's okay. Nama is going to forgive me. Nama is going to forgive me. Like that, keep remembering Nama and say once, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And that's it. You are forgiven right now. That's it. So like that, Bhagavan has the Karuna aspect. Titikshatya kramam vainya upadya kramataamapi bhutanam karuna shashvat आर्तानां क्षितिवृत्तिमान् देवे वर्षत्यसौ देवो नरदेव वपुर्हरिः कृच्छ्रप्राणा प्रजाह्येष रक्षिष्यति अञ्जसेन्द्रवत् देवे अवर्षत्यसौ देवो नरदेव वपुर्हरिः कृच्छ्रप्राणा प्रजाह्येष रक्षिष्यति अञ्जसेन्द्रवत् आप्याययत्यसौ लोकम् वदनामृतमूर्तिना सानुरागावलोकेन विशदस्मितचारुणा आप्याययत्यसौ लोकं वदनामृतमूर्तिना सानुरागावलोकेन विशदस्मितचारुणा. He is appointed as the king of devas and he is also the leader for sending rain, right? But Bhagavan can override Indra, right? Indra will punish, say, if they did not do yaga and did give offering to devas, Indra will withhold rain. But Bhagavan, Bhagavan, when he is overcome by Karuna, he can, override and, because he is the boss of Indra, so he will protect the people. When Indra is sometimes withholds rain, then his beautiful countenance, his face is like a moon-like appearance with his loving smile, loving glances and beautiful smile. And the beautiful face of Bhagavan, it gives the rust like the moon. Whenever they compare the toenails of Bhagavan, they are cooling and then they shower glances. The moon gives the cooling light. The sun is, compared when you have to do work like impartial like the sun. But here the moon, to give rest, to give that feeling of ananda, the rest, the moon is giving that. The moon is giving rest to all the plants and vegetation in the night. How did the brinjal taste like this? How did the brinjal get rest? How did the carrot get its rest? How did all the beans get their rest? The moon is giving rest, it seems. I heard in Pravachan. So the sun helps them to grow, but the rest comes from the moon. So for that, the face of Bhagavan, the smile of Bhagavan, his glances, they are all compared to the moon. आप्याययत्यसौ लोकं वदनामृतमूर्तिना सानुरागावलोकेन विशदस्मितचारुणा अव्यक्तवत्मैष निगूढकार्यो गम्भीरवेदा उपगुप्तवित्तः अनन्तमाहात्म्यगुणैकधाम पृथुः प्रचेता इव संवृतात्मा अव्यक्तवत्मैष निगूढकार्यो गम्भीरवेदा उपगुप्तवित्तः अनन्तमाहात्म्यगुणैकधाम पृथुः प्रचेदा इव संवृतात्मा दुरासदो दुर्विशः आसन्नोऽपि विदूरवत् नैवाभिभवितुं शक्यो वेनारण्युत्थितो अनलः दुरासदो दुर्विशः आसन्नोऽपि विदूरवत् नैवाभिभवितुं शक्यो वेनारण्युत्थितो अनलः. So we are not able to understand the depth of his greatness, and his virtues are endless. His state secrets, how he will run the kingdom, what are his plans, what are his policies, one is not able to understand. And his treasury will be always filled with progressive prosperity and unending wealth. And then he will be the reservoir of unlimited glory. இதெல்லாம் அந்த word அவ்யக்த வத்மைஷ நிகூட காரியோனா கான்ஃபிடென்ஷியலா இருக்கும் அவரோட ஒர்க். கம்பீர வேதா உபகுப்த வித்தः, very deep, and we are not able. Sometimes we may hear, but we won't understand, then why bother, right? So like that, some things Bhagavan Bhagavad Gita la cholrare, how Bhagavan gives Bhagavad Gita, he comes to the level of Arjuna down and explains Bhagavad Gita, right? Sometimes I'll tell my husband, when you talk, you should be able to teach juniors also and train them. No, and the patience venom, like people who are already reached higher level, they should also be able to come to low level and teach other skill like that. Sometimes people try to understand other people, but they cannot, because there is a gap. There is really the gap. அது புத்திக்கு மேல இருக்கு. அவ புத்தி வேற ஆங்கிள் போறது. அது வந்து, so like that we cannot comprehend Pṛthu Maharaja's mental ability, his depth of his mind and depth of his knowledge. One is not able to comprehend, and he is always virtuous, and his treasury will be always never-ending wealth he will have. Ananta mahatmya gunaikadhama Pṛthu pracheda iva samritatma durasado durvishah asannopi viduravat naivapi bhavitum shakyo venāṅga-jātasya analaha. So this Bhagavan is also, nobody can conquer him, his enemies cannot conquer him. Naivapi bhavitum shakyo venāṅga-jātasya analaha andarbahishcha bhūtānām paśyan karmāni chāranaihi udāsīnaivaadyaksho vāyurātmeva dehinām andarbahishcha bhūtānām paśyan karmāni chāranaihi udāsīnaivaadyaksho vāyurātmeva dehinām nādaṇdyam dandyatyeṣa sutam ātmadvishāmapi dandayati ātmajamapi dandyam dharma-pate stitah andarbahishcha bhūtānām paśyan karmāni chāranaihi udāsīnaivaadyaksho vāyurātmeva dehinām nādaṇdyam dandyatyesha sutam ātmadvishāmapi dandayati ātmajamapi dandyam dharma-pate stitah andarbahishcha bhūtānām paśyan karmāni chāranaihi. He is the Raja and he is observing everything, and he knows the mind of everyone. How our Sri Rama, he sent people in the night to see, he sent his ministers to see how people are doing, right? So the Raja will send spies and see how people are doing, and how everybody is are they really happy, like that. The Raja cares, he will do like that. And then only they saw one person, Dhobi is insulting his wife, saying, I am not Rama to accept you, like that. Then our Rama had to take decision to abandon Sita Mata, because one person in the whole kingdom said like this. Like that, Pṛthu Maharaja will also know the mind of everyone through his spies, but he will be udāsīnaivaadyaksho. He will be only a witness. He will not, get involved, and he will be watching and observing everything. And when the time comes, he will take action. So, but he will know everyone, like that. So, andarbahishcha bhūtānām paśyan karmāni chāranaihi udāsīnaivaadyaksho vāyurātmeva dehinām. Vāyurātmeva dehinām, like that. Our Atma is observing everything in that my body is doing, my mind is doing everything. There is a witness inside, observing everything, and that is so powerful, and it only makes everything happen, and yet it remains a witness. That's the beauty of Bhagavan. So like that, Pṛthu Maharaja nādaṇdyam dandyatyeṣa sutam ātmadvishāmapi dandayati ātmajamapi. So very beautiful it is telling, he won't punish somebody because that is enemy's son. He will not punish someone who is an enemy's son, but he will not hesitate to punish his own son if he is an offender. He will not punish an innocent one, maybe even if it is an enemy, but he will not hesitate to punish his son if he is bad, like that. So Na dandyam dandyatesha sutamatmadvishamapi dandayadi atmajamapi dandyam dharmapate stitaha. So dharmadan first is the enforcer of dharma. So he will not inflict punishment on innocent person, but even if it is enemy. Okay, and then, but on the other hand, if he's a bad person, maybe his own family and enemy, he will, his own family and his own son, he will punish. So the relationship should not come in the way of dharma. What it is showing is dharmadan first. Whether it is your son like Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana example, right? Duryodhana is wicked means he has to be punished by the king Dhritarashtra. But he says, my son, my son. So see the difference? Prithu Maharaja, he will not hesitate to punish the wicked even if they are son. But if they are enemy and if they are wicked, he will let them go. The enemy vittuduvan. Enemy nallavanarda vittuduvan. Anala, it's not about the relationship but about the dharma. So, na dandyam dandyatesha sutam atmadvishamapi dandayadi atmajamapi dandyam dharmapade stitah asya pratihatam chakram ऋतोरामानसाचलात् वर्तते भगवान् अर्को यावत्तपति गोगणैः अस्या प्रतिहतं चक्रं ऋतोरामानसाचलात् वर्तते भगवान् अर्को यावत्तपति गोगणैः रञ्जयिष्यति यल्लोकम् अयम् आत्मा विचेष्टितैः अतामुमाहु राजानं मनोरञ्जनकैः प्रजाः रञ्जयिष्यति यल्लोकम् अयम् आत्मा विचेष्टितैः अतामुमाहु राजानं मनोरञ्जनकैः प्रजाः भगवान् अर्को यावत्तपति गोगणैः. Like the Surya Bhagavan, his glory will extend far and wide. Later on we will see Pṛthu will drive the chariot and divide the world into cities and villages and townships like that. So his chariot will go all over, even above the mountains. His fame and glory will spread everywhere, as like the sun is everywhere. Vartate Bhagavanarko Yavattapadi Goganai Ranjayishyadi Yallogam. He will bring delight to everyone. Other than Bhagavan's nature, to bring Brahma means Ramayati. Ellare Ramikirata. Ramikyapattavar. And the Madri Rama, like that, he will bring delight to everyone. So they will say Manoranjanakai Praja. All the people will be happy. Ranjai Ishyadi Yallogam Ayam Atma Vicheshtidai Atamumahu Rajanam Manoranjanakai Praja Dridavradha. Then next Dridavradha, we'll do like 3 more shlokas. Dridavradha Satyasandho Brahmanyo Vriddha Sevakaha शरण्यः सर्वभूतानां मानदो दीनवत्सलः दृढव्रतः सत्यसन्धो ब्रह्मण्यो वृद्धसेवकः शरण्यः सर्वभूतानां मानदो दीनवत्सलः मातृभक्तिः परस्त्रीषु पत्न्याम् अर्थ इवात्मनः रजासु पितृवत् स्निग्धः किङ्करो ब्रह्मवादिनां मातृभक्तिः परस्त्रीषु पत्न्यामर्ध इवात्मनः प्रजासु पितृवत् स्निग्धः किङ्करो ब्रह्मवादिनां देहिनाम् आत्मवत् प्रेष्ठः सुहृदां नन्दिवर्धनः मुक्तसङ्गप्रसङ्गोऽयं दण्डपाणिः असाधुषु. Qualities Dridavratah, like our Sri Rama, he is also very disciplined and he will be having lot of tapashakti. Satya Sandho is truthful. Brahmanyo is always serving the Brahmanas, holy men, Brahmanyo. Vriddha Sevakaha is always serving the elders. Then Sharanyaha Sarva Bhutanam is the refuge to all of us. And then Manado, he gives respect to everyone. Deenavatsalaha, and he is for the weak person, he is the Deenavatsala, Bhagavan. Then Matra Bhakti Parastrishu, other women he will see as his mother. Patnya Ardhaivatmanaha, but his wife, he will give half his body to his wife. Patnyam Ardhaivatmanaha Prajasu Pitruvat Snigdaha. He is so dear to his subjects. Like Pitruvat Snigdaha, Appa Madri, our Praja Patipan. Prajasu Pitruvat Snigdaha Kinkaro Brahmavadinam, all the jnanis, he will be their servant. All the Ambarisha Mari, see how Ambarisha had all these qualities. When Durvasa Maharishi came, Ambarisha, he serves him with so much devotion. Like that, all these qualities our Ambarisha will have. But there is another story of Ambarisha which we have not heard. I shall share that when we come, about his wives. When they say Prahlada is the example for the best friend, they will say Rishabhadeva is the example for the best father. They will say Madalasa is the example for the best mother. And like that, when they say for all, they will say for a best husband, it is Ambarisha, it seems. Are what is Ambarisha? Adukku oru story irukku. So like that, Ambarisha has all these qualities. Kinkaro Brahmavadinam, Durvasa Madri Maharshi has come. He will do seva. Then Dehinam Atmavat Preshtaha. Atma is most dear to us. Like that, he will be dear to all the people. Now, why we love everything? Because there is Atma. Atma is the dear to all. Parikshit is asking Shuka, why everybody loves Krishna so much in Vraj? Why Krishna se itna pyar kyun karte? Because Krishna is the Atma in all of us. So we are naturally loving to Krishna. Shuka will tell very beautiful tattva in Brahma Mohana Leela in Bhagavatam. So like that, Pṛthu is like the Atma for the subjects. Like their own Atma, he will be loving. Dehinam Atmavat Preshtaha Sugridam Nandi Vardhanaha. For the friends, he will be their best friend. And then Mukta Sangha Prasangoyam. Even people who are already detached, he will be attached to them. Dandapanihi Asadushu. And he will not hesitate to punish the wicked. Like that, he will be Yama for the Dandapani is Yama. For the wicked, he will be Yama also. So one more shloka I'll just read. Ayam tu sakshat bhagavam sradisha udasta atma kalayavatirna yasminna vidyarachitam niratakam pashyandi nānatvamapi pratitam. Very beautiful Bhagavan. He is also the avyaktam and the jnanathila. He's always in the state of eternal bliss. He's always satyam jnanam anandam. He's the Atma Swarupa in all of us. So, Ayam tu sakshat bhagavam stradisha kudasta atma kalayavatirna yasmin avidyarachitam niratakam pashyandi nānatvamapi pratitam. Gopika Jivana Smaranam Govinda Govinda. Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai.